I put together some thoughts and ideas for things that can help new drivers and maybe even some old ones. This isn't really a definitive list or things to make you change your ways. Definitely not going to try to be a Derek, the professional truck driver in this one. We all know those.
Hello, truck driver enthusiasts, and rookie drivers. My name is Derek, the professional truck driver. I'm a self-appointed highway monitor who will let you know when you are in violation and will give you friendly, helpful advice on how to change your reckless behavior to be a safe, professional driver that you too will be proud of. That's my picture on the back of the trailer, as you can see. I earned that picture because I'm their number one professional truck driver who is safe and always on time and is always professional and is never in violation of any of the laws. This guy, I don't like him very much. See, he got me in trouble one day. He lied about me, and now look, he got his picture put on all the new trailers now at Dart. So he stole that title from me because he's dishonest. Maybe one day I'll get my picture back put on the doors of all the vans on Dart. So strap yourselves in and come on my adventures as we help and educate other drivers for me, you, and any other of the drivers.
I got someone on my side steps here. Looks like they're recording it. It looks like a lot of people slow down and they take pictures of it. That's a van full of kids right now. Now here's the bad thing, you got a truck up there on the shoulder, broke down, and I'm over here, and I'll give them another little toot there. I'm gonna go in the left lane here. I've never seen them slow down twice to get another look. Oh yeah, they are recording now, so this happens just about every day, and it's just one of those things. Over the years, I've found that these trucks with the adaptive cruise are liable to slam on their brakes anytime there's a bridge around. Certain bridges, not every one. So when you're going, across a bridge, have your foot on the accelerator when you're going up. Better yet, turn off the cruise control. When you're on a 2-lane road or even roads like this, driving, if you've got the cruise on, that's fine, but just be extra vigilant that the system might detect a car making a turn and assume that the truck wants to apply full force braking. A steering wheel holder will just turn on the cruise and just let it do its thing. That's it. A professional keeps an eye on everything. So another tip for new drivers, this is a completely 180 turn, talking about something else. It's talking about your seat adjustment and your mirrors. When you adjust your mirrors, you want to make it so that you're not moving your head forward like this. You want to make it so that you're sitting straight up, and you look to the left, you can see everything just right. When you look to the right, you can see everything just right. Perfectly is probably a better word. You can see everything perfectly without having to move your entire body. So I see a lot of veteran truck drivers adjust their mirrors in a weird way where they have to lean forward in order to see what's behind them. I don't even have to look in my mirrors, and a lot of times I really don't, because of my peripheral vision, especially on my right side. I can just about see with my peripheral in my little convex mirror if anything is there or not, on the left side as well. But I still will do a peek just to take a look at that big mirror, just to see if there's anything else I may have missed. So if you have your mirrors positioned properly, it saves you wear and tear on your neck. So think of it that way. Another thing that can save your legs and your back is not to have your seat all the way up like some people do. So this is kind of a weird position to be in. So I like to have it to where I go all the way down touching, and then I just lift it up an inch, maybe 2 inches. I'm 6'1", so this is perfect for me. And then I adjust my back rest, so it's perfect. And I bought a little lumbar support because these trucks don't have good lumbar. So this is one of those days. I'm on I-70 right now, and there's a whole lot of traffic, and you're not really going to get anywhere even if you get in the passing lane and start going quick. It's just a never-ending line of traffic, and you're going to have days like that out here where your truck is capable of going more, but it's just not worth it on days like this. You get in the left lane, then you're slowing everyone else down behind you just because you want to be selfish and get that extra 5, maybe 6 miles an hour. And in the end, you'll never be satisfied because the right lane is always going very slow. So, little tip for the new drivers: if you see it's just a congested day, and it's a Friday today, so it's one of those days where you're never really going to get ahead. Okay, another tip for the new drivers. This is a very important tip here because it pretty much affects your livelihood. It's going to be, which company do you go with? And if you listen to the recruiters, then you're going to be let down. All of them tell you the best side of their company, and they don't tell you the downsides. A good recruiter, in my opinion, will tell you the truth because he doesn't want to waste the company's time. He's going to tell you, the company time and resources, because it does cost the company money to bring you on onboarding and process you through. And if you leave a few days later, it looks bad on you because you'll always have to put that on your application that you worked at so-and-so company. If you leave after 2 or 3 days, so it just looks bad on you because you're a job hopper. So best thing to do is, in my opinion, go out there and talk to the actual drivers out there on the road, and talk to many of them, because you might run into one disgruntled guy or one guy who doesn't really know what he's doing. But go to a truck stop, post up over there, and just talk to the drivers firsthand. A lot of times drivers will get a bonus for getting someone to join the company. So that, of course, they're going to say anything they can, and then they're going to give you their driver code or a link, just to get you to go apply. You'll know if it's a good company if the driver says, "Hey, look, I don't even want any money. I don't want anything. I just want to share a good company with you all." We're about to go to the Scenic view here. Let's see what this is all about. My seatbelt warning. I hate all these stupid beeps. Alright. Let's see what this is all about here. Let's see. It is interesting. Keeping an eye out on the parking lot, especially towards the end of the day. Stop and look at how these drivers back up into the spots. It might kind of help you out. It might give you some, a different perspective on how everyone backs up, and everyone does it differently. Some people like to line up straight and then just jackknife into a spot. Some people will set themselves up at a 45-degree angle. Something that the top tip I can give is keep your truck very well stocked, full of food and healthy food. So I'll be posting a video showing some examples of what I have at this point in time. But I do cycle my food out here and there. I'll replace food. You don't want to have the same thing 365 days a year. You just start getting tired of it. But I do, in general, have some staple foods that I eat out here. Some main foods that are my bread and butter as far as cost. It's low cost, it's healthy, and it's good for you. So don't go buying food from truck stops. Okay, this one is going to be about driver comfort while you're driving around out here. This especially applies for summertime. So something that I bought on Amazon is this. You can put this on your side mirror. It's static cling. Just put it on there. I recommend you do it when you're stopped, but I've gotten so used to it I can put it right on there in just a second. That blocks the sun. And I'll tell you, truck drivers are very high risk of getting skin cancer. So this is something that I do to help. Also, you see up here, I put this material up here. It's still see-through. It's the dotted matrix vinyl. You could buy those on Amazon or eBay or whatever. Cut them to size. What I like to do is I turn the heated mirror on if I see that it's about to rain, or if I'm just caught up in a rainstorm. Turn that heated mirror on, and it helps ever so slightly with your visibility in your mirrors. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's doing much, but it does make a slight difference. Alright, I don't see any rest areas here on this road that I'm on, but before I came out here, I stopped and I looked at this place as a potential place to pull over and take a little break. So it looks like a Casey's general store. I scouted out and noticed the parking lot there. It looks like some kind of a gravel parking lot that 18-wheelers can park at. So that's one of the advantages of doing your due diligence and, you know, trip planning, seeing potential places that you can pull over for a break. So I come to a complete stop here. Everything is good. And it looks like it's that lot over there. It looks like it had just rained here, so that's not the most appealing lot to park in. The driest spot out here. Oh, my tires are gonna be muddy as hell. But hey, when you gotta stop, you gotta stop. Set the parking brake here. I'm gonna put myself off duty since I'm getting out of the truck. So, in this day and age with the coronavirus and all this other stuff, you don't want to get in contact with people, or you don't want to go into the store for whatever reason. Let's say you go to the bathroom and they're all out of soap, or whatever the reason might be. Here's a very good tip, something that I wish I did on my first month out. And you're about to see what it is here. What I do is, on this side of the truck, I'll release this. I've got all this water right here, and you'll see what that's for in a second. I use that to replenish my water jug here. So, usually crack it open up here on the top. So, I have a place to wash my hand. This red bag here, it's full of my emergency supplies. If for whatever reason I'm stranded on the road for days or weeks at a time, I can pull that bag out and live out in the wild. see here is I'm washing my hands here. I've got the Myers Clean Day soap. I think that's a very good one to have here. Don't skimp out and get something cheap, you know. Get something that's nice, makes you feel good when you wash your hands, smells good, it's natural. So just wash my hands here. Really 20 seconds is really all it takes to get rid of the germs. So this is a lot better than using sanitizer. Okay, another tip for new drivers is to get familiarized with Google Maps. Look at satellite view images of the places you're going to be delivering to. A lot of them you can put yourself on first person view, so you can actually put yourself on the ground and see the road that you're going to be driving to see if it's truck friendly. So I'm not saying to use Google Maps to get you there. Do not do that. That's going to be unsafe. Get yourself a good truck navigation. Don't rely on the navigation either. Get yourself a good road atlas first of all. That should be the most important thing in your truck. So the navigation is a tool, and treat it as such. It's not your primary tool. A lot of drivers out here will say that their navigation is their primary tool. You know, if the speed limit is, for example, 45, a lot of you feel that pressure to go at least 45, maybe even 50 because of someone behind you, maybe another truck who's right on your tail, and it feels like they're bullying you to go a little faster. And this is pretty prevalent on the single lane roads, and where you only have one lane coming, one lane going. So in that situation, especially as a new driver, if you need to go 5 miles below the speed limit, go ahead and do so. There's no shame in going a little bit slower than the posted limit. If you get someone coming right beside you, they want you to use the air horn. Sometimes a little kid does it. I'll put my hand up here and then I'll give the city horn. So it kind of gives that visible look of confusion on their face. It's pretty funny. So, and then I'll go ahead and give them the actual air horn, but I like to troll around like that sometimes and mess with people. So anyway, on to something that I think is one of the biggest tips out here for new truck drivers or even experienced drivers. Get yourself a good CB radio. I have myself a Galaxy 959. But any CB radio that hooks up to your truck is better than nothing. You can communicate with the other drivers out here. You can, you know, they'll tell you about hazards out on the road. In wintertime, it's very helpful. They can give you, you know, tell you if there's any road closures or, you know, ice, you know, things like that ahead of time. I see a lot of new drivers, they get in the left-hand lane on the highway and they just stay out there. Not only is that illegal in some states, but especially when you're going through some cities, there are signs on the road that say no trucks in the left lane. So when you see that, don't get in the left lane, not even if you need to pass someone. Just slow the truck down, maintain a safe distance until you get to an area where you can pass that guy who's going much slower than you. If you see a guy who's only going half a mile slower, half a mile slower than you, then just slow it down 1 mile per hour. That half mile an hour is not going to make a big difference at the end of the day. It really won't. And it's just going to stress you out more trying to pass him, and it's going to stress out everyone else behind you, and you're probably going to get some road ragers giving you the one finger salute. Alright, another tip. When you're on the highway and you see a truck in front of you that you don't mind going their speed, set your cruise and just follow them. You'll get slightly better fuel economy because they're the ones cutting the wind in front of you, and they're the ones taking all the bug splatter. So that's another unintended benefit of this. And I like to stay in the left-hand lane right here, because if I was in the right lane, I would have to go maybe 25 or 30 miles an hour just to be considered safe. In the left-hand lane, I can go the speed limit and still be safe, And the reason I say this is because you never know when a car is going to slam on its brake and make a turn into a business at the last possible second. So when you're in the left-hand lane here, you can just keep on cruising through. And I need to be in the left-hand lane anyway because the highway is on the ramp that I need to take is a left-hand turn. We are driving in a hailstorm in Wyoming right now. Most of the traffic is pulled off to the right-hand shoulder here. I can't see anything in my mirrors right now. I can see just enough to where I know it's safe to move over, but look at both sides of the highway. You got everyone's going slow. You got a lot of people that are pulled over. You got quarter-sized hail right now.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
The roads are very slick. Earlier today it was about close to 100 degrees and now 56 degrees with hail accumulating on the side of the road. And what's dangerous about this is you could be going down a slight incline and the road could be as slick as ice. It's the easy way to jackknife. And life is good. Nice flat road, no hills in sight, not even a slight hill, except for those big mountains in the back. Days like this where it's pretty damn nice to be a professional driver. Look how flat it is out there. And then you got the mountains. I might be wrong, but I think this used to be a huge ocean years and years ago, millions of years ago. I could be wrong. I haven't really brushed up on my history and geology and all of that, but look at how flat it is. It's just, I'm not used to seeing this.
Making up this grade with a load this heavy?
It's not the getting up, it's the getting down. Now check him out. He's cocky because he's got a light load. But over on the backside, if he misses a gear or doesn't brake just right, he's gonna lose it.
Can't you just hit the brakes?
Load this heavy, we just fry him.
What if something just like jumps out in front of you and you have to stop?
Don't.
What was that?
A Mazda.